start.
So I'm about to tell all of y'all. I'm about to tell all of y'all about what makes unemployment. Now you see, there's this fancy thing called employment. That's when you actually have a job. None of these people right here have that. They all broke, especially me. It's sad. Now, when you ain't really got a job, that means you're not doing too much for the country's GDP. That's the gross domestic production. That's how much your country's producing, how well your economy is. Now, when employment is low, that means unemployment is high. Not too many people are doing much of anything. Sad part about that, GDP goes down. That's where you get a bunch of welfare programs trying to stimulate the economy. That is terrible for the economy. It's going to ruin it, honestly. What you really want is a high employment rate, which means everybody has a job. Next up, I want to explain something called the natural rate of unemployment. The natural rate of unemployment is when your country's doing really well. You're at maximum output, maximum efficiency, and the unemployment rate is extremely low. That should be the natural rate of unemployment. Everybody has a job, economy is doing well. But that ain't the case. You see, there's this thing called recession, which is where our economy is terrible. Those are times where everybody's either getting laid off, they're getting furloughed, assorted good things like, well, not good things, but assorted things like that. Now, to avoid this, you can instill some expansionary government fiscal policies, such as increasing government spending to generate more money in the economy, and decreasing taxes so your citizens don't exactly only have like $5 in their pocket every time they get paid. Another thing that would help the economy in times of recession, I'd have to say, is buying all American goods, because everybody loves what's made in America. Believe the hype. That's why. There are many different types of unemployment now. There is, of course, structural unemployment, That's where you don't exactly have the right qualifications, Like, let's say my homie Will over there. He's a professional baker, but if you tell him to build a building, he'll probably make it out of bread. I don't think you want that, so you're gonna leave him to the bakers. You're not exactly gonna hire him. Then there's this fancy thing called cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment is when you're just trapped in the wrong part of the business cycle. Right now we're in times of recession, or we're in a trough, and you need a job. That ain't gonna happen. Unless you have some fancy schmancy skills that puts you above everybody else, it's gonna be a bit hard to get a job. Then that brings me to my, well, not the final, however, it's one of the final ones. We have frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment here is when you're actually, you rather had a job or you are currently looking for a job, but right now you're just unemployed. It happens quite often. It's honestly natural. When you're actually calculating the natural unemployment rate, you have to include that discouraged workers, people who just completely gave up on the job market altogether. Those are bad for the economy as well.